Hey, what's up, you guys? My name's Isaiah, and I wanna allow me to introduce myself. That's what I'm doing. And over the weekend, I went with my youth group Excel to a retreat called Spring Breakaway, and I mean, it has completely transformed my life and everything. And for those of you who are watching this, who know me um, for so long, and you might not know, but I've been saved by God. I'm a renewed Christian believer in God. I've been that a believer for about a month and a half now. And we before we left, we were asked to answer 4 questions. Who were we before the retreat? What was our name, our social status? Um, what Spring Breakaway did in our lives, and who are we now? Before I get into all this, I just want to share with everybody, because I mean, um, people watching this, you guys know who I am. You know who I was. And I put up a status yesterday about it, and that's cool and all, but I don't think his status was enough. I knew I had to do a video. I had to show. I wanted. There's so much more that goes into it than you guys know, so that's why I'm doing this video. The status was just. It's so much easier to text and say something when people aren't watching you. So easy, and I want people to think I'm full of crap. So I'm doing this video. Anyways, I'm not going to go into a big rampage about what I've done because, I mean, most of you guys watching this, you guys know who I am. I've done some bad things. I was an idiot, always got drunk, had some crazy moments. You guys know that part of me, that my past. Um, I always grew up in the church and everything, but getting older, I just wanted to do me. And, I always cared about whatever's thought about me, and I always felt I had to do something to feel loved, and I always felt unworthy, so I gave myself to the world. One thing about me is that I'm really clingy. I'm really attached to people in my life. People in my life I live. I mean, besides God now, my family. That's the biggest impact in my life. And for so long, for 4 years, that I knew all these people, I gave my life to them, and I'm the type of person, I only know you 3 days, but I mean, I'll do anything for you. I'll die for you. I'll do anything, man. That's exactly how I was with everybody, and I mean, it brought me down so much. And God was always watching over me. God was always there, but I always ignored Him. I always ignored Him and His calling. And there were so many opportunities, but whatever. So I mean, I began getting depressed. I was always up and down, so I always had to do something to prove myself worthy. And I was just so depressed. I never had big problems in my life, but man, I struggled with what people thought about me. I struggled so much, and I tried to do so much to prove myself. I didn't have to. But early in this year, this kid who I don't even know, this is my little testimony. The kid I don't even know comes up to me. His name's Julian, and he said, "I had a vision about you, bro, and whenever I see you, I see death right above your head. I just see death. But then life, and God wants you back in His life, and He wants to love you again. He wants you, and like I said, I always knew God had a calling on my life. I just didn't want to stop. I just wanted to keep being stupid." And I told him straight up, I feel so dumb. I said, bro, that's great. I know God has a calling in my life, but I just want to do me. From that point on, my life was terrible. I hated not myself, but I hated everything I just hated everything. I was just never complete. I felt so unloved, so unworthy. And I mean, I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking. That was perfect, but wasn't enough. And so now instead of wanting to feel loved, I needed something else to just hide everything and just escape. And so I started smoking weed, I started getting high. Loved it. Loved everything about it. I was in a different world. I didn't have to face reality. Loved it. You know, people say, I'm just gonna throw this out there. People say weed isn't addicting, drugs aren't addicting. You're ignorant, you're stupid. Just because weed doesn't have nicotine in it does not mean it is not addicted at all. It's the mentality, it's the world that you're in, it's just the fantasy, whatever it is for you. I loved it. And I mean, that's what's so addicting. That world that you don't have to face reality. Everything's just so surreal and just whatever. And that was my gateway. And after that, I knew that if I didn't change, my life was going nowhere. I was going to become a pothead. I was going to be a stoner. I wouldn't be here right now, and I knew that. And I was just so depressed, so lonely. And people just kept telling me, whatever, bro, just live it up, bro. YOLO. Come on now. I mean, I believe in a God where I'm gonna die, and when I die, I'm going in heaven. So I'm not only living once. But anyways, you know, that was that. And about 2 months ago, I came home. I had the opportunity to go out. It was like a Friday night. I had the opportunity to go home, go out and just chill with friends, whatever. And then I didn't want to. Ironically, I came home high. Nobody was home, but I felt so lonely, so depressed. I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to. My life wasn't worth anything. And for so long, I knew I had to change. I had to change, but for some reason, I just got so angry at everything. I just didn't want to be there. I didn't want to live. And I took that time to reflect. And I said, enough is enough. Can't be living this life anymore. This isn't me. I had to stay where I belong. So I made that decision that day. It wasn't a miracle, but I knew I had to come back to God. I didn't pray or anything, but I was really angry, started crying, all this stuff, all these emotions. I knew I had to let go of everything. Maybe that was what God was telling me, to just let go, but I didn't realize. So I know I had to let go, and from that day on, I went to church that week. Sure enough, March 16, 2012, God saved me. He brought me back to life. No words can explain how God works. No words can explain what He does. But God is awesome. God showed me that I don't need anything. I dropped everyone. I dropped everything. And for those of you guys watching this video who you think that I've changed, that I'm a faker, that I'm full of it, understand that wasn't me. That's the old Isaiah. I'm dead. That Isaiah is dead. This is who I am now. I'm the chosen one. I'm God's child. I belong to Him, and you know what? If you guys don't like that, that's cool. If you guys are watching this, don't even care about it. Do me the favor and delete me. Because personally, I don't. If that's what you guys feel, and it is how you feel, just whatever. But I'm sorry that I can't be there for you guys anymore. I love you guys to death, but I had to let go. And I want you guys to realize that this is who I am now. When I'm strong enough, when I keep going, I'm gonna come back for you guys. My arms are always open. You guys know that. I love you guys. but I have to do this for me. And so, yeah. So I was saved. Amen. And so going back to these questions, man, it's already 10 minutes. Sorry. Who was I before Wednesday? Well, I was going good with God and everything, but I still began to doubt and didn't have trust in Him. But I mean, I was holding on. And before going into spring breakaway, I said, God, people are saying that this is going to change my life, this and that, but I don't know what to expect. I went in to spring breakaway with an open heart, open ears to hear God, to feel God, and sure enough, that's what He did for me. What was I before? I mean, what was I trying to get rid of? Like I said, the old me. I want everybody to see right now that I'm changed. I'm Isaiah, the prophet of God. I'm Jesus freak, whatever you want to call it. But the old Isaias is dead. Spring breakaway opened me up to God in a way I've never experienced before. His love, I was so overwhelmed. Yes, yesterday, coming back home, I was so overwhelmed with everything that he got. He showed himself to me through so many people. So many people I didn't even talk to. I don't even talk to, telling me that they found God too and that they're so happy, and all these people coming up to me asking me questions and like, dude, really, like, whoa, you know God? What? God has just been opening my eyes so much. No words can explain it. I was just so overwhelmed last night. I was looking at everybody else's introductions till 2 in the morning. Just I was so overwhelmed, and I'm just so grateful for everything God has done for me. And my life is committed to Him. I'm never going back. And the reason why I serve God is because I'm so ungrateful. I'm so undeserving of everything that He's done in my life. And I can't. I know I can't. I can't ever repay Him for the changes, for everything He's done in my life. But I'm gonna attempt to by giving everything I am, committing myself to Him 110%. So, who am I now? I am Isaiah, the prophet of God. My name literally in the Bible means the prophet of God. And my parents named me after that, and I'm going to live up to that. And people have always told me that Isaiah, the prophet of God. Now I see it. I'm going to do so much, and God is just, He has so much in store for me, and I don't even know where to begin. I'm so impatient. I want it now, but it's all in His timing. So, I mean, in only a month and a half, He's done so much in my life. Like, I don't even have any problems, dude. God is just so good to me. And so I want it, everything right now, but all in His timing. So thank you, everybody who actually listened to me ramble on for 13 and a half minutes. This is who I am. God bless.